Okay, so my first prediction for the Evolution card is going to be a match between Bayley and Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. These two, as of recording this video, are going to be facing off on the June 23rd episode of Monday Night Raw. I think that match is going to have some sort of screwy finish where Becky kind of cheats to win, and then that sets up a rematch at the Evolution pay-per-view. I think that kind of makes the most sense for the storyline. I think obviously Becky and Bayley deserve to be on the Evolution card, and they will be, so I think it makes sense to have that title match at that event. So yeah, I'm going with Becky versus Bayley at this event. It could be a fun match, and that's maybe where they do the Lyra Valkyria heel turn if they want to go that direction. Maybe she costs Bayley the match and sets up a feud between them for SummerSlam. That could be an option. Lots of interesting directions, but either way, I'm going with Becky Lynch versus Bayley taking place at this event. WWE has confirmed that the NXT Women's Championship will be defended at the Evolution pay-per-view. As of now, the champion is Jacy Jayne, and so I'm going to include her in this. That could obviously change based on the current storylines, but I got to go with what I have so far. My current prediction is Jacy Jayne versus Jordynne Grace for this event. Just looking at the pool of NXT competitors for the qualifying matches, I think that Jordynne Grace is going to be the one winning that and earning herself a title shot. That'll have her face off against Jacy Jayne at the Evolution pay-per-view for the title. The only wrinkle in this was Jacy starting a feud with Blake Monroe on the latest thing of NXT. That kind of has me feeling that they might fast-track Blake Monroe to the title. And if that is the case, maybe Blake Monroe wins the belt at the upcoming Great American Bash event, and then Blake goes on to face off against Jordynne Grace at the Evolution pay-per-view, which would be the bigger kind of match, and I think the match that more fans would be excited for, but I'm not really sure what they have planned for Blake Monroe. I know that she's going to be kind of a big star on the main roster at some point, so I'm not sure if they're going to fast track her up there and she's just going to be in NXT for a short while, or they're going to give her a long NXT Women's Championship run. So we'll kind of have to wait and see on that. So as of now, I'm predicting Jacy Jayne versus Jordynne Grace, but if it plays out, I could see it being Jordynne Grace versus Blake Monroe at that event instead. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Okay, so here's where it gets a bit tricky. As of recording this video, we're a few days out from Liv Morgan getting injured on Raw in kind of a freak accident, what looked like. As of recording this, we don't know how severe the injury is. It sounds like she's going to have to miss some time, so that would likely mean she's going to have to miss the Evolution pay-per-view event. The rumor mill kind of suggests that WWE had to shuffle a bunch of their plans because Liv was going to be such an integral part of those plans. And that would make sense with how much kind of TV time she gets. So things are definitely up in the air right now. I originally was going to predict Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley in a tag team match for Evolution. I think that match made a ton of sense because obviously Nikki is just returning, and a tag team match kind of allows Rhea Ripley to do most of the heavy lifting in the ring for her. Nikki can kind of pop in and do a few fun spots and have some moments, but she doesn't have to kind of have the burden of doing a full singles match in her return, which I think is to her benefit. So those plans are obviously up in the air. I'm going to guess that WWE is going to pivot here, but they're going to stay with the tag team match. I think Raquel is going to stick around, and then somebody is going to join Raquel against Nikki and Rhea. I think that makes the most sense, and I think, like I said, it's to Nikki Bella's best interest to be in a tag team match, and I don't think it makes a ton of sense to rejig everything completely and put her in a big singles match. So I think they'll probably keep the framework of this tag team match and just add somebody new in Liv's spot. It obviously won't have the same effect, but it could be a fun little pivot and fun little match. As of now, I'm going to say maybe it could be Roxanne Perez who takes that spot. I think WWE is pretty high on Roxanne, and I think a partnership between her and Raquel could be fun while Liv's out, and it could kind of maybe lead to some sort of feud between Liv and Roxanne when Liv is able to return. I think that could be an interesting direction. So I'm going to predict a tag team match for Evolution in the same framework. I'm going to say it's going to be Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez versus Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley, and I think that could be a fun match, and I think that's what WWE will stick to. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below. Would love to hear who you think, which matches you think are going to take place, and please subscribe to our channel. It really helps to support us as we grow and continue this with more predictions. So yeah, thanks for watching.